and this is War Notes. It is July 24th, 2025, and it is approximately 8:04 Eastern Standard Time, AM, 8:04 AM Eastern Standard Time, and I am Paviel G, and here's your urgent news that you need to start your day off with knowing now. A House Oversight Subcommittee just voted 8-2 to subpoena the DOJ for all Epstein case files, including grand jury transcripts and internal materials. 3 Republicans joined 5 Democrats, signaling rare GOP rebellion. This vote compels Attorney General Pam Bondi's DOJ to comply or face contempt. A tentative August 11th timeline is being discussed for compliance and potential Maxwell deposition updates, according to the Washington Post and the Daily Beast. Again, I repeat, a House Oversight Subcommittee just voted 8-2 to subpoena the DOJ for all Epstein case files, including grand jury transcripts and internal materials. 3 Republicans joined 5 Democrats, signaling rare GOP rebellion. And this vote compels Attorney General Pam Bondi's DOJ to comply or face contempt. A tentative August 11th timeline is being discussed for compliance and potential Maxwell deposition updates, according to Washington Post and the Daily Beast and 3 other reputable sources. Now, Speaker Mike Johnson previously abruptly adjourned Congress earlier, attempting to dodge votes on the files, even amid GOP pressure, according to Reuters and 3 other reputable sources. This latest subpoena counters that move, with Representative Summer Lee. If Republicans don't join, they are joining Trump in complicity, end quote. The issue has fractured conservative loyalty. So why does it matter for you, my listeners? Why does it matter for me? Well, pressure is mounting as reports from the Wall Street Journal claim Trump's name appears multiple times in the files backed by AG Bondi's acknowledgement entered in May. That's according to Reuters and 5 other reputable sources. White House attempts to label the coverage as, quote, fake news, end quote, are faltering under growing bipartisan scrutiny. That's according to Politico, 6 other reputable sources, and Reuters. So what's next? Well, the DOJ now must turn over subpoena documents or face legal challenges by August 11th. That's the date that they're looking for right now. Okay. House Oversight is prepping follow-up subpoenas. Ghislaine Maxwell deposition tentatively set for August 11th in Tallahassee prison, according to the Daily Beast. So you can expect renewed political venom ahead of August town halls. Both parties will seize on transparency versus obstruction narratives. If you all are just joining in, I'll go ahead and do a quick repeat on this morning's briefing. Today is July 24th, 2025, and it is exactly 8:08 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, and I am Paviel G. My co-host is hanging out with Dad right now inside while I get a quiet background here in order to report this major breaking news. A House Oversight Subcommittee just voted 8-2 to subpoena the DOJ for all Epstein case files, including grand jury transcripts and internal materials. 3 Republicans joined 5 Democrats, signaling rare GOP rebellion. This vote compels Attorney General Pam Bondi's DOJ to comply or face contempt. A tentative August 11th timeline is being welcomed. Little Tech, welcome to the program. Good morning. Good morning. A tentative August 11th timeline is being discussed for compliance and potential Maxwell deposition updates, according to the Washington Post and Daily Beast. In the background of all of this, Speaker Mike Johnson previously abruptly adjourned Congress early, attempting to dodge votes on the files, even amid GOP pressure. According to Reuters and 3 other reputable sources, this latest subpoena counters that move, with Representative Summer Lee saying, quote, if Republicans don't join, they are joining Trump in complicity, end quote. The issue has fractured conservative loyalty. Indeed. All righty. Now, I must say, Everybody's opinion is valued here. However, I am a person that I am very ¿cómo lo puedo decir? Si tú eres un mexicano para Trump, this is not the room for you. I must say, because we are going through too much racism in the world in order to deal with the ignorance, and I will not deal with it. So I'll just get straight to the point. You're being removed, Mr. Yo soy Mexicano pa Trumps. Listen, we got too much racism going on now these days to have to deal with that. So now moving on from the ignorance. I must call it out when it is, because now it's just getting ignorant now. And I'm not gonna bite my tongue on my own liberal channel here. It's getting ridiculous now. See, if you're a Mexican person that's for Trump, you're ignorant. I'm sorry, I must say that. I'm in my right to say that. You're an ignorant person, and I say that with all due respect. Thank you for walking into the program, but I'm sure that you have left now, because if you haven't left, you will be blocked from my live. Thank you. I am that direct, you all. There is no harassment or no disrespect in this room. We are for everybody, whether or not you're white, black, purple, green, or gray. It doesn't matter. We're for everybody here. And I will not allow people to come in here and make a mockery or do anything that's ridiculous, because I'm a person of common sense. So getting back to the background here, Speaker Mike Johnson previously abruptly adjourned Congress early, attempting to dodge votes on the files, even amid GOP pressure. This latest subpoena, welcome Matthew Rhodes to the program. Welcome to the program, and thank you for listening. God bless you and your family. This latest subpoena counters that move with Representative Summer Lee saying if Republicans don't join, or maybe she's a Republican according to this news report, but I'm going to say Representative Summer Lee, if Republicans don't join, they're joining Trump in complicity. And that's what she said, end quote. The issue has fractured conservative loyalty. And so where I was getting to before I was rudely interrupted by somebody who came in the room to speak their ignorance, it really does burn me, you all. It's a lot of racism going on right now. It's a lot of Mexican families. My children are Mexican too as well. And I'm a Jamaican American. I was born here in the United States. I'm from Queens, New York, the Rockaways, if you shall know. And I think it's so rude. I think it's so racist. And it has to stop. And if people like me don't say stop and they allow it to happen in these rooms, and people think that we are not paying attention because we're doing lives, well, you came into a sad mistake, because in this room, I pay attention to everyone who writes in this room, because I care about my audience. I care about my listeners, and I will not allow my listeners to be in a position to where they have to even just one look down on the screen or one look to the side and say, wow, this is what they're talking about in there. I don't want to be in a room like this. No, I will not allow it here. I don't care who feels offended that I blocked them. Well, I felt offended when you came in the room and said something disrespectful that could potentially harm or put my listeners into a position that this radio program is not for. This radio program talks about various things. It brings a World War II vibe, a 1940s vibe. Some people, they don't like so much visuals. They like to listen and use their listening skills. And that's what I'm all about. And so I must say, when I see certain things, I'm just, if to you it is facts, that's okay. But I will not allow it in my room. It's just, it is what it is. I just, I can't allow it in my room. It's a must. And so anywho's, I appreciate you being here, but I won't allow it in my room. Anywho's, so now that I've said that, and I'll say it again at any time, pressure is mounting. Okay, as reports from the Wall Street Journal, they claim Trump's name appears multiple times in the file. And that's another thing that I'm not going to support here, is a pedophile in my room. No way at all. We have a plain out pedophile. And I would say 90% of the United States is on it. And the other 10% is just as ignorant as some of the folks who come into the room. Not just in this room. I've went into other lives and I see ignorance all the time. I won't allow it here at all. So pressure is mounting as reports from the Wall Street Journal claim Trump's name appears multiple times in the files backed by AG Bondi's acknowledgement entered in May. Okay? White House attempts to label the coverage as fake news, and they are faltering under growing bipartisan scrutiny. So what's next? DOJ must turn over subpoena documents or face legal challenge. House oversight is prepping follow-up subpoenas. Ghislaine Maxwell deposition tentatively set for August 11th in Tallahassee prison. Expect renewed political venom ahead of August town halls. Absolutely. You're going to see a lot of stuff going on. Keep your eyes peeled. Be intelligent. Be vigilant. Okay? And if you're brown or you're black, or if you're brown or black and you have no sense, that's on another set. That's a separate side. But if you're black, if you're brown, and you have some sense, make sure you keep having sense, because unfortunately, some of our people can make us look really bad in society. And we don't want that. We want everybody to look good. Black, brown, green, purple, whatever the case may be. But me, I can speak only coming from a black point of view, from a brown point of view, when I say to you as my listener, if you are black or brown, we have extra work to do. We have extra work to do. And that's because we've always been in a position since slavery, since 1610, since year 1610. If you know your history, if you don't, then now you're being schooled since 1610. Since we've been enslaved, okay, this country has been built on our backs, and now they've been building on all the backs of a lot of our people, our Mexican people, our Haitian people, our Latino people, our Jamaican people, all different type of people, our African people. And it must stop. And it will stop. And you know who will stop it? The good Lord, because the good Lord is always watching. And when the good Lord sees evil, trust me, karma is not too far away. Karma is right behind us. So when you do evil, you shall receive evil. It's one of those days when my phone cuts off in the middle of the live. Do you see a black one on here? When you sat down, I could have swore I left one on here. Was it this thing? You like you come with the baby? My bad. I didn't know. Oh, wow.